Peeps, it's Paul Garcia, aka Grim D. I'm sitting here chilling. Oh, sorry, it's readjusting. Um, this is a rosary that I got. Just wanted to show it to you guys because I thought it was fucking awesome. Anyway, yeah, so it's Paul Garcia, aka Grim D. I'm actually coming to tell you guys an experience, not mine. Well, one of them's mine, but this is actually for my cousin. Um, Yes, my cousin, uh, godfather of my son, just one of the coolest cats, my best friend, one of my best friends, man. Um, this is another black sheep, but hey, that's the way we roll, man. Garcia boys. Um, so, anyway, so this year on Thanksgiving, my cousin, his girlfriend's out of town right now, and he was gonna be by himself. You know, he went to his mom and stuff like that. But me and my girlfriend wanted to go spend some time with him. We wanted to make sure he was, okay, and we got to hang out with him for Thanksgiving. You know, that's my cousin wanted to be around him. Anyway, so on Thanksgiving, we were talking, and he was always very cool when I told him about my Santa Muerte stuff and stuff like that. He was always interested, always like, hey, I saw this and I saw that. I was actually talking to somebody that knew something about it. He ended up giving me this coin. He actually gave me this coin. I don't know if you guys could see it. It's a coin from Panama. And he had a little story behind it. He was given to him by somebody else that was into Santa Muerte also. And she had given it to me, or given it to him to give to me to put on my altar. So that's what I did, of course. Anyway, he was always very cool about it. So on Thanksgiving, I had this little green statue. It was about the size of that little red wax I carved. I brought it to him and I told him, I thought this was cool, I wanted to give it to you, cuz, I'll just, here you go, I want you to have that. I never really had any energy come from it, but it was on my altar for a long time, so I guarantee it got some juju from it, but, I never really got any energy from it since I got it, and now that I gave it to him, I know it's because it wasn't meant for me. I didn't buy it for me. She knew it wasn't for me. She knew it was going to go somewhere else. So I gave it to him, and the day after I gave it to him, I kept having these thoughts. It was, I don't know, it was weird. It was continuous thoughts kept popping in my head. Same thing, same thing, same thing. My cousin was going through a couple things that day. He was, same thing though. But I had this thought that kept popping in my head that he was giving the Santa Muerte, he gave her a beer, a cigarette, and actually gave her a chocolate. So I texted him that night and I told him, I was having this thought, it keeps coming to me, that's just something. Told him if you do plan on doing something like that, go ahead and make sure that you tell her it's for her, first of all, and so nothing else thinks that my words getting no play. But I gave it to him, and that night I texted him that, and he texted me back 2 words: I see. Anyway, knowing my cousin's like me, he could talk his ass off for sure. That's one thing we could do. Us Garcia boys, we talk our ass off for sure, especially when we're nervous. So the next day, he calls my girlfriend. I was still asleep. He told her about this experience that he had. He called me and he's like, hey, you gotta wake up. And my girlfriend was like, no, don't fucking wake him up and just hang up and tell him to call me. She's all telling what's going on. So I guess that night, apparently my cousin, when I was having those thoughts, my cousin was sitting at home. Like I said, his girlfriend's out of town, so he was by himself. And he was like, you know what, Santa Muerte, you're going to be my drinking buddy tonight. And my cousin's he wasn't into that, full on, knowing how to give her offerings and stuff like that. But he was like, "You're gonna be my drinking partner tonight." So he went, cracked open a beer, and gave it to her. A beer, mind you. I thought, unagi. um, he gave her a beer, and then he's like, "I'm gonna give you a cigarette. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and smoke it for you because you're not gonna do nothing with it." He was like, I'm gonna smoke it for you. So he did that. That night he went to sleep. He ended up having a couple dreams. I'm gonna go ahead and keep those, to ourselves because I don't like sharing too much shit about, personal experiences unless they're my own. He calls me the next day. He's all, "Dude," he's all, "You fucking texted me." He's all, "I swear, fucking, I had this dream last night. This is what happened. I had another dream the day after." He's all, "And this is what happened." He's all, "Dude,